happened in the
So in the morning session, like in the morning exam,
Hmm.
I had uh, I attempted 62 marks. I attempted that much, and
Hmm.
I had scored around 33
Hmm.
of that.
Okay.
And in the evening, like July 21 paper, I had attempted 55 marks.
I think I got logged out. Yeah, sorry. Yes.
So you're not audible.
Hmm.
Hello.
I'm audible, Vikyath Abhi?
Okay, you're not audible.
I'm not audible. Is it? Hello? Am I audible now?
No, sir, not yet.
I'm able to listen to you actually. So the regular login issues. Let me ask Vikyath to log out and join again. So that will solve the problem.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Now you're good.
Okay, it's better. Yeah, go ahead. So you're explaining the difference between your first exam yesterday and the evening exam. So what happened in the
Yes.
first exam?
Yes. In the evening exam, I attempted 55 marks, and I scored 41 marks out of that.
Hmm. Pretty good.
Yeah, so I think like second paper was far better than the first paper.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's all.
So what's your overall experience the whole week? So were you able to satisfactorily complete some amount of syllabus?
Yes, I had completed lots of chapters, sir, but the issue was I came to know at the end of this week, like I had completed the chapter, but
Hmm.
some concept I left some of the concepts,
Hmm.
like in cost accounting system, like I had left reconciliation question.
Hmm.
No, it's a bit technical, so I'll do it afterwards.
Hmm.
Again, I'll do the again I'll do this costing subject. That time I'll do this reconciliation. So I'd skip that. And in the July 2021 exam, for 10 marks, it had done the reconciliation question itself. So for 41, I could score 51 also.
I
Like,
understand.
yeah. So, like in many chapters, I had left off some concepts. Like this I'll do later, this I'll do later. Like, there was less of patience in me.
Hmm.
Like in these 6 days, I was like, when the last day will come, when the exam day will come, when I'll write the paper, and I'm still lagging in my portion. Let's go fast, let's go fast. So I would not solve some of the questions also. Like, let's do it later, man. Come on.
Yes.
I'll go to the next topic. I'll go to the next topic.
Hmm.
There was some less of patience in me, like solving one subject or one chapter.
Yes. So you rightly identified the problem. So students suffer with a sense of extremities. One is either you're too lethargic or too inert, or you're too restless. So right now, until people start the preparation, this first problem is there where they don't see that they have to start the preparation. They're waiting for the last minute, and that is one category. Second category is you're constantly restless, and you're in a hurry to complete the syllabus
Yeah,
because
that's
you
it.
cannot stay in the present. You just want to do the next thing. It is always the next thing. It is not the current thing. It is always the next thing. Now that is the reason why we have completely shifted the focus from completing the entire 100 marks of syllabus to just 60 70 marks in a week. So you do not technically have to think about the whole subject. If you start thinking about the whole subject, it will unnecessarily confuse you where you're not focusing on the present. So we are removing that. So first step is you don't have to complete the entire syllabus in the week. So you have to demarcate the syllabus, which we are. That is what the whole concept of this king, queen, and pawn, right? So 1 week per subject, and you're doing it. And once you pick up this reduced syllabus, you have to go and do 100%. Within the chapter, there is no excuse, there is no reason why you leave a part of it. Because most of the questions are integrated, unless you complete the entire chapter, you cannot answer the question properly. There is no midway in this. So
Yeah.
it will become very average attempt, which will end up getting 35, 40 marks if you do all of this work. I think that is what you have experienced, right? The same 35, 40 is where you have landed because you did the same mistake.
Yeah, I was thinking like I want to score 40 marks, 35 marks. So I was looking like, this is important and this concept is not so important. So leave that, I'll do this and go to the next topic. So I would not complete the whole chapter also, and I would just go blindly. Yeah, baki hai, this is remaining, this is remaining, this is yet to do, this is yet to do. Lot is left, lot is left. I had thought like 70 marks, no. So this chapter I'll do, and for this week 70 marks will be done. So I was like, the time limit has come now. I have to complete the chapter fast and go to the next chapter again. So with that,
See, this is one of the common problems across all types of people. I'll tell you. Let's say, as an organization, people always have a tendency to post everything everywhere. Instagram manage karna, YouTube, Facebook. You all have a tendency because you want to be everywhere. Now the smart people will only focus on one channel, because if you're doing half of work in all the channels, it won't take you anywhere. But instead, if you master one thing, you can handle anything which happens in that. You can explore the complete possibility. So, as I said, you can only give importance to chapters, not topics. So, if you look at ABC categorization is only for chapters, not for topics. You cannot have that. This is quite contrary to what everybody does. Generally, people do ABC categorization for topics, this topic, this topic, this topic. That won't work, because even if you prepare 60% of the chapter, now there is a linkage between the rest 20-30%. This will affect the entire 60%. So effectively, you spending so much effort and time in order to crack a 16-mark question will become half-hearted, and which you would have anyways done it even without doing this so much effort. So what is the whole game? For 3 to 4 chapters, out of 16 marks or 20 marks, out of 20 marks, you should be scoring somewhere around 12 to 14 marks. You have to score 60-70% at least from 3 to 4 chapters. That is what will take you 13 into 3 or 14 into 3 is 40 marks is how you get it, by completing 3 major chapters. And we say 100% of it. Each and everything you have to do it. This is the most practical strategy which will work for you. So every subject there are at least 3 chapters which will give you a combined weightage of 40 marks. Every subject. 40 marks out of 3 chapters will come. Bigger chapters, smaller chapters, that's a different story. So this is something what you have to focus on the whole week, and there is no reason or there is no logic, behind skipping part of the chapter just because you want to do more. So the doing more phase it's already you have done, and that is something which you have to do in terms of question and answer, not in the preparation part. When you're doing a lot of questions, then you can randomize your preparation where you can pick up X question, Y question, Z question, you can do it. So that is the whole concept which happens on Sunday, right? We are randomizing the preparation part, which is not directly linked to what you are studying. But in terms of preparation, it has to be synchronous. It has to be straightforward in terms of the topic which you are selecting.
so like if I've selected one chapter, should I do all the questions like when I'm solving?
Absolutely. So that chapter, the question is, you should be able to do any question. It's not about doing all the questions. Now
I
you
got it
should be
now.
able to do any question which comes in the exam. Now, if it takes 2-3 questions for you to get that confidence, that is fine. But if it takes 10, do 10. That's it.
So then, like I will not be able to complete 60, 70 marks also, like in 1 week.
It's
If
simple.
we,
See, uh, any subject, if you look at it, as I said, there are only 3 to 4 chapters. Or let's say you have to look at 4 chapters, which will give you 50-60 marks, right? 4 chapters, 4 concrete chapters will give you that. The only exception could be small chapters in auditing, where
yeah.
if it is equally divided, 10-12 marks. But then if you pick up something like professional ethics, it still comes for 16 marks. If you look at internal control system, it comes for 10 marks. If you look at company law or company audit, again there are bulk chapters where it will give you good amount of marks. So this is what you have to pick up. And second thing, this is not the first time you're trying to read it, right? Already you have done it some X number of times. So this is all about consolidation. This is all about integration. This is all about improving your problem solving capability. So if you have 15-20 hours, any chapter can be done properly. So how do you get 60 marks? If you could cross beyond 50 hours in a week, if you have to make it more intensive, we are recommending minimum 40 hours. But if you're doing 50 plus hours, which is 10 hours per day in the each and 5 day, so 50 hours you can comfortably complete 50 60, 50, 60 marks. Obviously, you can definitely do it. There is no doubt about it.
Yes, sir. Like I have observed, like this is my first attempt. So like for revising, I watch the lectures also, like marathon or some lectures on YouTube. Then I go for the chapter. Like first I watch the lecture, and then I start solving the concept with concept and questions. I do like that, sir. So the consistency is reducing, sir. Like I am thinking, like I am giving more time to the lectures also, and then going for this also. So, but directly if I start the like studies, then I will not be able to grab it. So I
See,
think
you have to focus on only one thing, because so since it's first attempt, you have to focus on only one thing. That is your problem solving capability or answer writing ability. So the only outcome from a chapter is counted when you build the basic ability to solve any problem out of that concept or to write any answer out of that concept. Sometimes it takes only watching a lecture to build that capability significantly. Sometimes it takes only going through the content to build that capability. Not every time you have to go through the entire cycle all the time. You have to be smart about it. If you are making it a passive routine where you have to go and watch the entire lecture, where you come back and read the entire subject, where you come back and solve all the questions for each and every small topic, big topic, it won't fit in properly. So you have to understand something, you get it, you get it. What is there? Once you understand it, you understand it, right? So if you know the top points of the internal control system, you get it. But a lot of people don't have the point of delta. So what are we investing to improve what? If you're already getting 3 marks in a question, why should you spend the next 2 hours to get 3.5? Just leave it. That's okay. So this is the Parrot analysis, right? For each and every year, you have to focus on the value addition. So if you can start thinking in that way, you'll obviously understand that some part is already done. You're not redoing it. We have noticed that a lot of CS students, unfortunately, keep doing the same thing. Their scope is not increasing. The depth is not increasing. They're just rotating around the same thing. It's like running on a treadmill. There is no productive work. It's like disguised unemployment in agriculture. There is no productive work. You're doing the same thing. You're going through the same thing. No value addition in learning new concepts. No depth in understanding the concept. No increase in problem solving capability. So this is what we are trying to avoid concept. So once you could move past this layer, obviously you'll have all the answers where you can understand that okay, 1 week is good enough for me to complete 60 something.
yes, sir. So and how to increase my consistency? Like I feel I'm wasting my time and giving a bit less time like for studies also. Like while studying, sometimes I take rest. I can't sit 1 hour altogether, like for total 1 hour or 2 hours. Sometimes I sit for 2 hours, and sometimes just for half an hour I get tired, and I do some different work.
Because I'll make it very simple for you. You always have a choice. You have seen many people, right? If you look at other people, there are people who are writing 4 attempts, 5 attempts, 6 attempts, 7 attempts.
Yes,
Now
what?
you're writing a first attempt, so it's a clear-cut choice. It's a clear-cut choice. If you want to clear everything in one attempt, you have to consolidate the entire energy into single attempt. Now, what is meant by consolidation of entire energy? You can't afford to have all of this. It's just one strong command which you have to say to yourself. You could watch hundreds of videos. You can ask multiple people. The point is, it is some complete internalized. It's a decision. Productivity is a decision. Consistency is a decision. Discipline is a decision. But why don't we take the decisions? Because we want to stay in the comfort zone. It is very comfortable just to hang on and to take breaks. So you need to understand. You just have to say this to yourself. If this is the way it is going, it will take 2 3 attempts. It's simple. Do you want 2 3 attempts of relaxed preparation, or do you want one attempt of intensive preparation? Keep saying the same thing to you multiple times. Whenever you have an answer, you don't have to push yourself too much. Just get this decision. Am I going to clear my exam in this attempt? So the moment you start internalizing this, the moment you start looking at it like a decision instead of a consequence. A lot of people think that okay, I'm not consistent. They think that it is they play the victim mode. So internally it's the victim mode. I'm not consistent. I don't have a lot of memory. This is all bullshit. The point is you don't want to be consistent. What is there not to be consistent? So if you make this iteration properly, if you bring some level of intensity within you, the next steps will become very easy. The dependence on external factors will become very easy. Suddenly you see that you are far more focused. Suddenly you see that you're far more confidence. So at any point of time when you get this, it's a decision. Am I going to clear this attempt, or is it okay to write 2-3 attempts? Once you have this question, you'll have the answer.
Yes, sir. And one more question. Like you told, like in the evening session on the next day morning, you have to recall what you have studied yesterday. Yes, sir. So I think I am not able to recall the whole thing, like what I studied yesterday, like this topic. I can just overview. I can do like labor edit. In this labor costing, I learned this, and this. Like I can't go in depth in that while recalling.
Obviously,
So
you cannot. How many days have you been doing it?
like 4-5 days from the start. So in the last 2 days, I had just
It should be
started them.
4 into 5. Then you think about it. Do it for 4 into 5 days. Then you can even evaluate what will happen in 4 5 days. Nothing will happen in 4 5 days. Not even alphabets you can learn, right? So it will take time. So why is it separate? That is the reason why all the instructions are very clear. The first 1 week, second week, and we are moving into the third week. It is all about building habits. It's like you started playing cricket, then you're coming back and saying that I'm not able to score a century. Of course you cannot. Of course you cannot recollect all the points. It will take time. As long as you do things consistently, 3 weeks is the shortest time to move to the next level. On 21st day, you'll see that okay, you're able to retain 60%. Now it's 30%. Then you move to 60%. Then after 3 to 4 weeks, then you'll actually understand that okay, there's something problematic about my preparation process. So the reason why I'm not able to remember everything is I'm not reading it properly. Let me sort it. Let me create buckets. Let me create pockets of information. So this is a continuous cycle which keeps improving from all the ends. So all of this is possible when you maintain intensity, when you maintain consistency, when you maintain focus, when you keep yourself away from other things. So then you'll get some space and time. Then you'll start thinking about okay, this is working, this is not working. So yes, you're definitely in the good direction, but this takes time. So you can have the next evaluation around October 15, 16. That is a good time for you to relook at. And you can also see that day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, something is improving, right? So as long as something is improving, you don't have to worry. So you only have to worry if something is not improving even after a week. Then it's an alarm.
Yes, sir. And from this week, I'm going to start theory subject, law, corporate law. So I'm not getting like how to start it, like how to deal with the theory subject, like law, corporate law, and other laws. Like I have not studied even once, not even once. I've just watched the lecture. That's it. I've not even read anything from law. I'm going to start it
Okay.
from today.
All right. So today, what you can do is after this call, pick up July 21 paper and pick up Jan 21 papers. Question paper. Question paper with answers. Question answers. Okay. Look at a question. Try to write 3 to 4 points. It's not technical answer writing. It's not technical exam solving. But look at the question. Don't look into the answer. Write 3 4 points. As if you're writing 2 marks answer for every answer. Solve the paper in just 30 40 minutes. Simply go fast and look at it. So what this will do is it will open up the way you look at the law paper. You'll get the context. You'll get the scope. You'll understand what exactly the dimension of question. Then repeat it one more time. 2 papers completed today. So tomorrow you'll clearly know this is the kind of question. This is the kind of pattern. These are the important topics which you have to pick up. So you'll get more clarity. You'll move from less clarity to more clarity. Absolute clarity will not happen until you clear. That comes at a later point. That may not come also even after you clear. But you're moving from less clarity to more clarity. And the easiest and the simplest and the fastest way is this. So do this for 2 papers. Do not do it passively. Do not keep looking at it. Nothing sticks. So you need some adhesive, right? Adhesive is your hand. Adhesive is solving it. When you solve, it sticks. Getting it?
So,
So
but if I don't know the concept only, how can I like read the question and solve it?
you don't know it obviously. In order to know, you have to look at it, right? What is
Okay.
the question? Question will bring your attention to this concept, right?
Yeah. Got it.
Bringing in attention to the specific context. That's about it. Then you build everything. So it's simple. I don't know what questions you are going to answer, and there is no syllabus to answer this type of questions. But how are we doing it? It's just that you're bringing your attention to this. Once it is consistency. Next, now we're talking about clarity, right? Now the core concept is clarity. So my solution is revolving around clarity. Earlier, the solution is revolving around consistency. The 21 day, the solution is revolving around improvement. Similarly, the moment you go to a particular point, you start creating baskets. Okay, this theme is revolving around this. This theme is revolving around this. So it will open up your brain, and then from there it is very easy to tackle.
So like corporate law is for 60 marks and other law is for 40 marks. So should I start with the corporate law or for other laws?
Pick up the question paper. Understand? Pick up the question paper from
Okay.
first question to last question. Spend only 3-4 minutes.
Okay.
The most likely scenario is you don't know. You don't know. You know that. I know that. You don't know. That is clear.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out what you might know out of the 100 marks. What if you score 10 marks? It definitely boosts your confidence, right? What if you know 10 points? You'll suddenly understand that okay, there is some correlation between what I already read. So these are the gaps. I think without knowing anything, if I'm able to complete 10-20 points, I think I can add one more layer. So this is exactly what we are doing. So we are directly connecting the end game optimization to the beginning. So this is exactly what is called reverse engineering. So it is extremely popular in product manufacturing. Reverse engineering. This is what you want to do. Then you rebuild it reverse way. This is
Um,
this is where you have to get your reverse engineering. Okay.
So should I watch the marathon or fast track lectures and then go like for one chapter I'll watch that and then study,
See,
or
if
should I
something
directly
is
start it?
working for you, do it. Something is working for you, do it. But I would always recommend to have a look at the questions, even if you don't solve it every day. Whatever chapter you're looking at, look at the questions, then jump into it, and then you can do this. But make sure you're actively involved. See, my I don't have a problem with lectures, but my problem is with the way people watch lectures. They're like this. They don't do anything. Then it doesn't help. Nothing sticks.
Okay.
If you're watching a lecture, create just like the schedule which you prepared for studying. Go and update in the PET. What exactly is the lecture you are watching? What exactly are the key topics? Look into the questions of the topic beforehand, and while the lecture is happening, have the questions. While the faculty is explaining, try to take that content and put it in the question.
Okay.
So this is exactly the best way to watch a lecture where you can actively engage. As long as you're actively engaged, it is highly productive.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
So any other questions?
No, sir, not.
So over the last couple of weeks, Vikya, so what are the three things which have improved after joining Super 6?
Improved is first thing consistency. Like I'm clear, like I have to stick to this one subject and I have to complete it, looking at the marks, not just completing the portion. I'm thinking like, this is for 10 marks. Okay, I have to do this chapter now. And I've come to know one thing, that we should not leave anything for afterwards. Like I have been doing this week, many concepts I have left. I'll do it afterwards. In this question paper also I've seen yesterday, like many questions which I told that I'll do afterwards, that only had come, and that is for use marks also, for 10 marks and 15 marks also. And one was process costing. It was too lengthy, so I gained the concept first, and then I thought, okay, it's weekend has already come, I'll do it afterwards, the question solving. And I didn't solve the questions only, and I was not able to solve yesterday. In both the papers I was not able to solve the questions of process costing, and for both the attempts it had come for 10 marks. It was actually a huge concept, so I had just I had see the overview of the concept. This is the concept, okay, done. I had never practiced not even a single sum, and in the exam also I was not able to solve both the sums. Like I was not able to start only. Leave about the solving, I was not able to start itself. So I think I have to work on that also.
Perfect. So these are the crucial learnings, and good that you have identified them. And the biggest game changer could be your speed of execution. The moment you identify something, how fast you are working on it, how fast you're implementing it. So
Yeah, that's what.
so every problem is an opportunity to get closer to the exam. If you're not finding a problem, which means that you don't know why something is not working. If you look at it, a lot of people get stuck with this. I gave my best. I thought I'll clear, but I still don't know what did not work. So when you don't know, that is a bigger problem. When you know your problem, that is a simpler problem. Getting it? The moment you know your problem, put anything, invest anything, put in any kind of effort, solve that problem. This is how exactly you can make quick progress. Once you are progressing fast enough, then you can still clear with a set of problems. Even with my preparation, I still had a lot of problems, but my strength is good enough to break through the cutoff mark, even though there are problems. This is exactly how it works. It's not absence of problems which will help you clear. It's always about presence of some of the strength which will give you the momentum to cut past all of these obstacles. So since you are in the direction and the first attempt is generally the easiest attempt to clear. Subsequent attempts are very difficult, very hard to clear because you'll get into a loop. You'll have to battle with yourself. Now you only have to battle with the books. So utilize the maximum. You've taken a very right decision. A lot of people cannot take a decision in the first attempt because they're either overconfident, they don't realize the value of the first attempt. But I really appreciate that because 70% of people in this program are generally repeaters. They only wait for the hit and then they take the hard hit. Then they take only reactive machines. And some of them just do not know that a program like this exists. Lot of issues. But the point is, since you are here in the first attempt, it is definitely, this is a fantastic opportunity for you. Make sure this becomes your first successful attempt also. Yeah.
So for theory, should I make short notes? Like for recalling, like how can I recall for theory subject? Like if I do it today, I'll do it many concepts and then I'll forget in the evening or by tomorrow.
See, when I say every 50 minutes, try to revise in 5 minutes. Whatever you revise in the 5 minutes, it's your short notes. Because if you
Like,
understand,
50 minutes, I didn't get that concept.
every 50 minutes, you have to revise for 5 minutes. After every 50 minutes, you have to revise for 5 minutes.
Okay.
When you're doing it, this is what will help you remember the next day, right? When you're doing the prevision, what are you doing in the prevision? Every 1 hour you're trying to remember in 1 minute, right? 1 hour concept you're trying to remember in 1 minute.
Okay.
Now, how can you remember 1 hour thing in 1 minute? The previous day, in the 1 hour, in the 50 minutes, if you have already reduced it to 5 minutes, it is easy for you to move from 5 minutes to 1 minute. You cannot directly jump from 50 minutes to 1 minute, right? So build the habit of breaking your studies after every 50 minutes. In this 5 minutes, jot down the important points. Whatever you can recollect, jot down the important points. Once you complete a session of 3 hours, go back and add notes to this. This is supposed to be short notes. So where you are not spending any additional time. People write notes looking at something. Now when you start writing notes without looking at something, your revision is sorted. So we are inverting it once again. So people write notes to remember something, but you are writing notes out of your memory. You already remember it, and then you are writing notes. This becomes far more effective. And not everything can be remembered. You can bridge the gaps. Then you can actually remember better. So this is. It does not look very neat. It does not look very organized, but this is very effective. Getting it?
Yes.
So anything else, Vikyath?
No.
That's it, right?
Yes.
All right, then. So get going. Log, put those 50-60 hours, and today please analyze both the papers and text me when you're done. At the end of the day, just give me a simple text update that you're done with both the papers.
Yes, sir, done. And like if by this weekend, like the law subject is big for me, so, and I am very weak at theory subject. Like practical I can do, but for theory I am too weak. So if I'll be not be able to complete 50%, by 50% I'll be completing. But if not, is it okay? No, sir. Like nothing. So
it's fantastic if you can complete 50%.
50% is good.
Fantastic, not good. You'll face more challenges while you get into it. Please understand it. What we are doing is we are having a grand vision. What is the grand vision? The grand vision is to complete the whole subject in a single week. But it is very definitely difficult. But the moment we set this context, if I give 1 month, even 1 month you cannot complete. How can I complete the whole subject in 1 month is what people say. That is what people are not able to do. A lot of people had 1 year, right? A lot of people have been preparing for an attempt for 1 year. They're not even completing in 1 year. They're not even completing in 1 month. So time is not clearly the problem. So if people are writing 4 attempts, they spent 2 years for 4 subjects, which means that they are 6 months for 1 subject. Why are they not able to score 40 marks in 6 months? Because time is not clearly the problem. Not the presence of it, not the absence of it. We just need some level of it, that is it. So time is largely irrelevant for you to acquire this. So thus 1 week is only a mental block. But technically, if you look at the amount of focus you put in, it is generally possible. Having said that, for some subjects specifically, that is the reason why we are calling it pawn subject. Why are we calling it bishop subject? There is a difference between bishop and king, right? 1 point and 8 points. So 8 point subject, you can definitely go 70-75 marks. 1 point subject, probably you'll get stuck at 45-50 or slightly above that. Still, it is good. Still, for a difficult subject, if you are able to complete half, that's a fantastic thing. And we still have time, right? We are not talking in November, we're still in October. So we'll do one more cycle, we'll do whatever it is. And beyond it, this is the best we can do, right? What is the problem in the preparation? You're not able to give your best. Once you put your best, what else can we do? Because even for you or even for me, to the best of my integrity and my knowledge, I'm doing whatever I can in the capacity of helping you. You're putting in whatever in your capacity to do it. And there are some challenges. What can you do about it? Because let's say the way you have some concentration issues, I'll also have some issues. What can you do about it? We are only fighting against the problems. We are not stopping our effort. We are moving forward, and we are investing in the right solutions. The way you are investing in this, I'm investing in some other mentor. What will happen with this? The speed of execution will improve. The downtime will reduce. Beyond it, still there are challenges, but still that's about it, right? What else can we do? We can give our best and leave it. The game is all about giving the best. So that is the reason why it is actually an effort guarantee program. First of all, it is an effort guarantee program. Once the efforts are guaranteed, then result becomes the outcome. So there is no bypassing efforts to get to the result. That is exactly how it works.
So, and is there any disadvantage of giving only one group?
No, not at all.
Like even we think like if we give one book, then what about the articleship? We don't get the articleship, good articleship.
See,
And
Vikyath, I'll tell you. Understand. Look at two journeys. Let's look at both the groups.
okay.
Now, if you are very clear and sure about giving both the groups, you would you like to buy one house or two houses? Would you like to buy one house or two houses? Pardon?
One house, two house,
No, if you're given a choice, would you like to have one own house or two houses?
two own houses.
Two own houses, right? Why not?
Yeah,
But
that's
can we do it actually? That's the question, right? What is a now? Would you ask? Is there any disadvantage of buying only one house? Now you want a house, right? First of all, you want a bloody house, you get it. That's it, right? So when you have the capacity, you do both. Or why not only one qualification? Both. Or why not only Indian qualification? Why not CPA? There is no end to this. But right now, in the given scenario, in the given circumstances, you can have one house or one BHK is what you can afford. You live it happily. Now, if you keep thinking about the second bedroom without building the first bedroom, what? So this is not exactly how it works. So somehow, if you figure out a mechanism to make sure you can clear the first, now you are talking about law. Now you are talking about not even completing about one subject. So the second group is not applicable for you. Where is it? It is not even thinkable right now, right? When you are not even completing one subject. So there are steps. So let's not bother about seventh step without completing second step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Afterwards 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's not a question of this versus that. It is after this, after that. This is exactly how it goes. So when something is coming after this, so you can only talk about it after you complete this. That is the best way to look at it.
yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
All right, Vikya. All the best. I'll be waiting for your day end message and make sure you do that two papers properly. That will give you a lot of boost and you like the process also. Once you get connected with this, you'll enjoy the process because for my civils preparation prelims, when I didn't have time for one attempt, I solved 100 papers in a single month. All I did was paper solving, 100 papers in a single month, and I cleared that prelims without any preparation. So this is the power. I don't recommend this. It's very intensive and it burns out you a lot. The point is that is the power of questions because at the end of the day, you're doing that. The game is all about question and answers, right? So you have to do more of that. Okay,
Yes.
get going and it will definitely help.